Hey, how's it going? So today I made a decision. I'm gonna stop driving for Bennett, and I'll give you the reasons. Um, Here recently, probably in the last week and a half or so, I've gotten 3 loads that's had a lift gate, and I haven't had the money or the time to construct stuff to hook to a lift gate. So, as you've seen in my previous videos, I've had countless problems with tow vehicles. One in January got destroyed by a drunk driver, got screwed on that. Uh, then I went to my Plan B vehicle, which was a transfer case, exploded in it because it decided to shift going down the highway about 70 miles an hour because of a bump. Then I had the transfer case fixed. Bam! Did it again with less than 30 days. So I ended up getting rid of that vehicle. Then I got a 2006 Honda CRV, in which the transmission was out of it. I knew it when I bought it. I gave $400 for it. Long story short, got that vehicle up and going, and here I am. So, needless to say, when I go do a run and I don't have the stuff to hook to a lift gate, I can't hook to the lift gate. And how do I know that it shouldn't be a lift gate? Is because I literally asked the dispatcher if it has a lift gate and what type of vehicle it is. And they always say, no, it doesn't have a lift gate. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I go there, I deadhead a couple hundred miles, get there, and sure enough, it has a lift gate. So I call the dispatcher back, and then they're like, oh man, we didn't know that. So I don't get an attempt. But pretty much I had to deadhead more to go to another run to get another truck to do it all again. So for Bennett, I've had 3 in a row. Same scenario, same situation, 3 in a row. But this last one, I ended up finagling some of my stuff together since it was an older truck, and I was able to hook to it. But I had to go and buy a couple of things, and which cost me $35. So that's unnecessary $35 that I needed to have in my pocket so I could crawl up out of my hole of financial debt that I've created throughout the months prior with all the bad luck and the tow vehicles. So here's the story. I call in today and tell Bennett that I picked up their truck and I am en route to where I'm supposed to go. And I asked him, I said, why did you all dispatch me on a load that had a lift gate when you said it didn't have a lift gate? He's like, well, you're supposed to call the customer to find that out. I said, no, it don't work like that. I'm like, always the dispatcher is supposed to know what type of truck it is. For instance, if it's a tractor sleeper, a day cab tractor, a straight truck that's a cab and chassis, a box truck, a non-CDL truck, a truck with a lift gate, and so on. They know this stuff because they have to bid on the job to get the job. They know the VIN number, but they don't know what type of truck it is. They know all the information, but they don't know what year it is. They don't know what model it is. This isn't adding up. So I have learned at Bennett that they shift the blame straight on to the driver automatically. Any mistake they made, it's the driver's fault, even if it's not the driver's fault. Now, how is it my fault that I was supposed to call the customer to find out if it has a lift gate when I didn't have the information prior to taking the load? It's impossible. So that doesn't make any sense. So I'm pretty much done with these guys. I got a new job at another company, and truck movers. I've been doing a lot of loads for truck movers, and I hear so much bad stuff about truck movers, and I have one complaint about them one time, and I'll tell you quickly what happened. I took a load, went to go pick up the load was gone. Another driver took my load and went on with it. Well, what had happened was it was a miscommunication between two dispatchers, and the second dispatcher took and dispatched a load that was already dispatched, supposedly, and that's how I got jacked out of that load. But come to find out, there was already another load there, which I grabbed and went on, and I was happy, and everything was great. But that was the only problem I've ever had with truck movers, and that's pretty good. I've already hit strike 3 with Bennett with this, and another thing with Bennett, their breakdown procedure is just retarded. And man, I tell you, you break down, automatically the thing gets towed. They don't send out a roadside mechanic, like if it's an alternator. They don't send out a roadside mechanic to fix the alternator on the spot. It's retarded. It gets towed. It gets towed to a shop that's extremely busy. Then you're kicked off the load. Then you only get partial pay for that load, which the miles you've drove. Then if you put diesel fuel in it, good luck getting some of that out of there. So, that's strike 2 for Bennett. That was strike 2. These lift gates is strike 1. The breakdown procedure is strike 2. And, yeah, that's no good. Lack of communication, man. It's no good. But I will be getting and manufacturing the stuff to do lift gates in the future. But, man, I just haven't had the money. I got bills, responsibility, and debt, and credit cards, and house payments, and the whole 9 yards, Can't do that. But I will say, if you don't make money somewhere and they don't care, and you're just a number like 50, blah, 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 they don't care. They don't care if you quit. So all they want is just mail in the placards and the plates, and we're done. I'm like, oh, okay. No big deal. I mean, I knew it was like that. I don't come into this thinking that they're going to cry because I'm going to quit. But I will say that, they're nice on the phone. But when it comes down to the nuts and bolts, they don't really care. And I, at first, thought they were a great company to work for. But after their mistakes and this and that, I can't work for them because they're costing me money. But I'll show you where I'm at real quick. This right here, I don't know if you can see it. It's my favorite Chinese restaurant here in Columbia, Missouri. They got good grub, but they're not paying me to say that. I wish they'd pay me in food or crab rangoon, but not so much. But anyway, y'all stay good and stay safe out there and make some money.